We wanted to find out what the schools were in the olden days, so we asked our grandparents. We're studying about how did people go to school in the old days.
Okay. Well, that's a cool thing.
Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school? Okay, where did you go to school?
I went to Domain for kindergarten, and then I went to Beachy School.
And where did you go to school?
I went to school at the old school in Beachy.
I went to school in Morse, Saskatchewan, a small town on the number 1 highway.
I went to school at Beachy.
I went to school in Hodgeville, Saskatchewan, a little town quite a bit south of here.
And I went to school on a
Girl bus?
I did, but we didn't get to sit together in a seat. It was 2 benches on either side. Sometimes we got bus sick.
Probably in grade 1 still, there was a lot of snow, and one time we had to take the Bombardier, which is a big snow machine.
What the school looked like.
Ooh,
That's a weird looking school.
yeah. Like Jonesville was all like a square.
I can remember some mornings Dad would have to leave early with the snowplow so he could plow the road so we could get to school.
And how we get to school is on a bus. And town kids walk. What was your classroom like?
I was in grade 1, and we didn't have kindergarten back then. You started school in grade 1 when you were 6. And I went for 1 year in grade 1 to a country school. So there was just one room. And it had all the kids in it from grade 1 to grade 10.
What was your class like?
We had a 2-story school, and the grade 1 class was in the basement, and so it was roomy enough, but there was a cloakroom at the back of the room, and then
It was, everybody had a desk, and there was probably about 25 kids in grade 1.
No.
And we had green chalkboards, and we hang our coats at the back on a closet.
Okay. In the olden days, people used to not have lockers. They had to put stuff in a boot room. We have a whiteboard instead of chalkboard.
Teacher like.
What was your teacher like?
Pretty.
Let's see. Did they still have the belt and you had to bring your arm out?
Yes, they did, but Nana or Auntie Betty never got the belt, but some kids in school did.
Grandpa,
Grandpa,
what did you play at recess?
what did you play at recess?
Well, same thing, played scrub. We also played in the gym during the winter when it was too cold to go outside. And we had sports like badminton, basketball, volleyball, all the sports that you have at the school today is what we used to play during recess and noon hour.
What did you play at recess?
Well, in the winter we built forts, and in the summer we generally played soccer or hide and seek or threw the ball. We had fun at school.
So when I heard that you were going to interview me, I got a hold of my grade 1 teacher.
Oh, cool.
So I said to the grade 1 teacher, how are things different then? No kindergarten, no play school. So when the kids came into grade 1, they didn't know how to color, they didn't know their numbers, they didn't know any of that.
Did you have textbooks?
I don't remember many textbooks, but I remember learning to read in fun with Dick and Jane?
We started reading, I think, probably in grade 1 or 2, but we would read those Dick and Jane books.
I was gonna ask you, does your desk open?
Yes, that's where we put our books, in the desk. And sometimes the desk would fall on our fingers.
What was your regular day like?
Well, we'd get up and do chores in the morning, go out and feed cows and stuff before we went to school, and then we'd go to school on the bus and do what you guys do, have recess, and come home.
Reading and writing and arithmetic. That was about it. That's all we had.
We learn reading, writing, and math. We do social studies and science. We have a whiteboard instead of chalkboard. We write on Seesaw and send it to our parents with an iPad. Then we can share things with our parents. We can listen to music. We can take pictures with them. We use computers for typing and looking up stuff. In the springtime, we had to do school from home, and we had to do it on the iPad. What was the hardest part of school?
I would say getting up early in the morning to do all the chores before we went on the bus. We were farm kids, so we had to work pretty hard. That was the hardest. So sometimes we were tired when we got home on the bus in the evening. But that was all good.
Now we have to wear masks because in the spring we had to do homeschool, and then all of a sudden when we came back to school, we were in grade 1 and we had to wear masks. What was your favorite memory?
We were on our birthday. The teacher always had, we got a special day. We got a little prize and everyone sang happy birthday to us. And yeah, I think that was my favorite memory. And
What was your favorite memory?
Oh, I think my favorite memory was in high school when we had the Queen Dance, and we had houses. There's 4 houses anyway, and I was the princess, and John Flynn was the prince, and then everybody voted to see who would become the king and queen. Here, Grandpa was a prince, and Debbie Jokey was the princess, and they got to be the king and queen of Beachy School.
Cool.
For real?
For real.
What advice do you have for students?
Try to do your best all the time and be happy.
I would say study hard and learn, which you are doing, and have fun.
Good thing. I would say enjoy school because it is a lot of fun. It may seem hard right now, but it will be, when you look back, to be a lot of fun. Some of the best years.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Grandpa. Thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you for having us. It was fun.
Wow.